United States Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, Republican Colorado, and conservative commentator Dave Rubin called for arming teachers while simultaneously trash-talking educators during a discussion about gun violence on the March 30th edition of his Rubin Report podcast. I want to arm teachers. I want to have secure schools. There was, an idea I proposed in the last Congress to take some of the unspent COVID money and secure our schools. Protect our children, Boebert said. We protect Congress with fences and miles of razor wire and tens of thousands of armed National Guard because walls work and armed security works. We secure our airports, we secure our banks. Why not our most precious asset, our children? Studies have found that armed security tends to increase violence during school shootings. Plus, firearms are typically forbidden inside the venues that Boebert mentioned. Let me ask you about the arming teachers thing, 'cause there's part of me that's not inherently against it, but then when you see how many teachers are actually left-wing activists, how many teachers are actually teaching this woke craziness, how many teachers are clearly not good at their job or actually quite negligent in their responsibilities. What do you do about that? Rubin asked. Because it's not as if you're just going to hand guns, be able to train them, and they're going to be ideologically lined up with you in a way that's going to make any sort of sense. Boebert agreed. Correct. Well, I don't think, most of those woke teachers are going to be volunteering to be armed, she predicted. There's certainly circumstances, that are always beyond my imagination. Reactions to Boebert's remarks were a mix of ridicule and sarcasm. S.C. Robinson, at least it sounds like she's giving the teachers a choice? If woke teachers can opt out, it's not a mandatory program. You'll need to offer incentives to schools that arm teachers, with a bonus based on how many teachers complete firearms training courses. Ranter 80, grew up in Alaska as the son of farmers, oil workers, and teachers, and as a teacher I guess you'd consider woke. I wouldn't trust most teachers with guns in schools, and almost all of us don't want them there in the first place. Not like today's GOP cares to ask. Semi-bionic woman, Bimbo Ebert doesn't trust teachers enough to choose books for their students, but trusts them to carry firearms. Mila Tequila, I wonder what she would do if a bunch of armed woke people showed up to her office to chat. Fishing fever, so only Republican teachers will be armed. Gosh, how can anything go wrong? Norbeck Tracy, teachers have to pay for school supplies. Who going to pay for their weapons and ammo and their time to go to the range for practice? Sway generous, they can't even afford crayons, but now, bullets? Can't wait for that bake sale. I like Wes Anderson movies. Teachers equals bad. Courts equals bad. Beer equals bad. Trans equals bad. Books equals bad. Disney equals bad. I am starting to think they don't like America. Sandy, it's abundantly clear that the GOP wants to pick and choose who they think should be allowed to have guns and rights. MJ, this is very troubling. Degrading people based on ideology and willingness to carry guns is crazy. That a progressive teacher is considered an enemy or unfit. The hatred. I'm always taken aback by how seriously she takes herself. Profax, yes, that's why police officers, who unlike teachers are well trained in defensive and offensive tactics using arms, never ever get shot or killed by a bad guy with a gun. Brian O'Loughlin, she could start every sentence that comes out of her mouth with, I don't think. Mitch, teacher's job is supposed to be teaching. Jason Van, yeah, because teachers are great sharpshooters of a moving target. Phoenix, so, at Lauren Boebert aim is to arm unwoke teachers with weapons in the classrooms? Right-wing, white nationalist, against teaching CRT or any critical thinking curriculum to their students. Those teachers? Bruce Leonard, I don't think she thinks at all. Johnny Wright, Miss I've had a GED for 3 years, has some super informed thoughts. Geez. Cynthia Thwoat, how is she still in Congress?